I think the importance of recovery from sessions and just recovery in general is starting to get understood more and more by people. And if it hasn't for you, I think it's time to start to look into it a little bit more seriously if you really want to reach that next level with your training. The thing is, though, we as lifters especially, we always want to measure things, and we always want to measure things in a very objective way, especially, like I said, as lifters, especially in strength sports, weightlifting, powerlifting, whatever, because we are used to, we know that if we squatted 100 kilos last week, but this week we're going 105 kilos, that's a purely objective measure of the fact that it is proof that we are getting stronger. But although objective measures of things are very important to do, where they count and where you should do them, it's also important to understand that subjective measures are also very important. And they can tell you a lot about something as simple as recovery. In fact, subjective measures of recovery have been shown again and again to be probably more useful for the purposes of measuring recovery for strength athletes than objective measures. For athletes where the cardiovascular system or the training of the cardiovascular system is a little bit more involved, it's a little bit of a different story. So for example, for runners or say even football players, measuring something like HRV, which is an objective measure, can tell you more about your recovery. That's not to say that measuring HRV is useless for strength athletes. It is still another tool that you can use to make sure you're tracking your recovery and you know what kind of a trajectory you're going on. But don't overlook and don't underplay the importance and the effectiveness of subjective measures. Things like your mood, things like how your sleep quality, your perceived sleep quality was, when you wake up. Things like how fatigued you feel. Things like your muscle soreness. How sore are you? Are you more sore than normal or less sore than normal? Things like how, like I was saying, how fatigued you feel. Do you feel more fatigued than normal or less fatigued than normal? Obviously, there's a more intricate score you can give than just like, do I feel more fatigued than normal or less fatigued than normal? And you can thereby make these subjective measures pretty objective because you give it a score. And that's exactly what we do in the systems that we have here, which we give to our more higher level athletes, especially in the lead up to important competitions such as, for example, national championships that's coming up right now. Being able to get in tune with you, yourself, your body, especially on periods where you're about to go towards an important competition, can be very important to be able to tell yourself if you should be backing off from training on a particular day, if you should be going as per planned, what should you be doing, what can you be doing. And for me personally, like by this point, I have a pretty good understanding of what my body feels like and how recovered I feel on a particular day, because I know how irritable maybe I am, how my sleep was. Even though I may get the 7-8 hours, I still know that maybe I didn't do so well. The quality of the sleep wasn't so well, a whole range of factors together can tell me with pretty good accuracy if I'm going to do good in training on a particular day or bad, or if I should just stay off training altogether. So pay attention to how your body feels. Don't write off subjective measures on things just because you think that every single thing must be objectively measured and there must be a reading or some kind of a device that can tell you a particular thing. Use everything that you can as just another tool to create and make the picture complete so that you can make better and better decisions.